What's up, everyone? This is Platinum Howler 14, back with another post-commentated Wi-Fi battle. I finally have something new to show this week in this double battle against the champion, although technically no longer the champion, but we'll still call him the champion, Zero. For this battle, I tried to bring one Mon from each of my existing teams that hopefully would come together to form a decent, synergetic team, because I mentioned this last week. I have a double battle team, but I'm kind of sick of using that team. But you do see the Mega Mawile back from the doubles team because I bred the shiny Mega Mawile myself, and I'm kind of proud of it, so yeah. The result, another extremely hacksy game on both sides. And it was a lot of fun, just like the hacksy game was against Friday was. Just hacks just makes the game so much fun, even though it can be so infuriating sometimes. But leads. Looking at Zero's team, I was kind of saying, you know what? Talonflame looks like a pretty good lead for him. So I said, okay, let's lead with Mawile to get the Intimidate off on the Talonflame, and then I can get the appropriate switch in after that. Okay, well, what might he want to partner with the Talonflame? Well, if he fears Intimidate, he might want to partner it with Bisharp. So I'll also lead with Chandelure, which has the Focus Sash to be able to hit the Bisharp for big damage. So my thought process was lead with Mawile, Chandelure, and have Gastrodon in the back as a potential switch-in for the Mawile if the Talonflame wanted to Flare Blitz it. So, lo and behold, you see the Talonflame and Bisharp lead. So I'm like, okay, perfect, just what I expected. But I'm so stupid because I didn't actually lead with Mawile and Chandelure. I led with Mawile Gastrodon instead. I was thinking so much about having the Gastrodon in the back that I actually led with it by mistake instead of having it in the back, and now I have Chandelure in the back. But I'm able to kind of mitigate this a little bit. I am able to switch in the Chandelure for the Mawile. In case he wanted to Flare Blitz into that slot, it would have gotten the Flash Fire boost. And Protect with Gastrodon, as he's actually going to double target the Gastrodon with Knockoff and U-Turn, so that's pretty much as good a turn as I could have asked for. Now the Talonflame's going to switch out because it's locked into U-Turn. Bisharp goes for Sucker Punch onto my Chandelure as it procs a Focus Sash, and I'm going to be able to get the Fire Blast off. Nope, just kidding, I missed the Fire Blast. God damn it. But I do double target into the Bisharp in case something like that happened, and I do get the Scald Burn onto the Bisharp, which is good, but it's still going to be hitting pretty hard because it is at +1 attack from its Defiant. So not going to want to keep the Gastrodon in when I see a Superior on the field, but that was a pretty easy prediction for Zero to make, going for the Leaf Storm into the Chandelure and knocking that out and getting a free +2. And so I'm going to bring this Amoonguss in, and it's going to get its Citrus Berry knocked off. Unfortunately, something was going to have to get knocked off. I guess either the Gastrodon's leftovers or Amoonguss' Citrus Berry, so I guess it's not that big a deal. But now I'm going to bring in the Porygon 2, and I get the download boost for special attack. Finally, I think that's the first time ever in using this Porygon 2 that I've actually got the special attack boost, which is kind of nuts. And you see with that special attack boost, Tri-Attack is going to do big damage to the Superior. And I went for the Spore into that slot as well in case you wanted to switch it out, and I would put something to sleep. That probably wasn't my best play. I was thinking I couldn't really do much with Amoonguss in this position because Rage Powder, the Grass-type Superior ignores the effect of Rage Powder. But then on the next turn, I completely forget about that and go for it anyway. And lucky for me, he missed 2 Leaf Storms with the Superior in a row. More hacks on both sides. This time, hacks against him. But I get the Trick Room up now, so I'm going to be able to take out the Superior with Porygon 2 after this Bisharp goes for a last-ditch Sucker Punch, as it's going to die to Burn at the end of this turn. I also switched Amoonguss out to get some regenerator health back, and also to get Gastrodon in so that Talonflame couldn't come in and just click Brave Bird for free and KO something. So now I get the double knockout on that turn, and he's free to bring in the Sylveon and the Slowbro. And the Slowbro is actually going to be a Mega Slowbro. I was not expecting this at all. I was definitely more prepared, or more expecting the Mega Salamence. I don't really mind having Mega Salamence in doubles, obviously, because it's legal in VGC and whatnot, but I was expecting it. But Mega Slowbro comes out instead and decides to start setting up those Calm Mines. So after, I'm going to target the Sylveon with the first Scald with Gastrodon, not get a burn there, and go for the Tri-Attack on the Slowbro, which is not going to do too much because it's just boosted its special defense, and I've set up Trick Room for it to go willy-nilly and whatnot. So the Sylveon has the leftovers, so it's going to be able to recover that minimal damage off, which I was hoping would stay there because it's the damage that I needed for Mawile to be able to do good, to be able to take it out in one shot, I believe. So now that I've seen him going for Calm Mines, I'm going to target the Slowbro with the Scald and hope for a burn for chip damage. I go for the Tri-Attack into that slot again, and the Sylveon's Hyper Voice is going to be able to take out the Porygon 2, and Trick Room is still up. So right now it's a toss-up in between Amoonguss and Mawile to bring in. If I brought in Mawile, I wouldn't really be threatened by much because Gastrodon being on the field means that Slowbro can't go for a Scald onto my Mawile. But I decided to bring in Amoonguss instead because knowing that Talonflame is still in the back, I probably could have got I was thinking that that Amoonguss wouldn't have been extremely useful for me late in the game, so that's why I decided to bring it out. But and plus Mawile couldn't really do a ton to the Slowbro because of its insane physical bulk. So I'm gonna be able to outspeed the Slowbro in Trick Room and get it and put it to sleep. And now Trick Room expires. Probably should have been keeping better track of Trick Room turns. I did kind of think that they was going to expire on that turn, but I wasn't making my plays accordingly. I'm gonna get HP back with Recover from Gastrodon, but the Sylveon has Heal Bell in a freaking double battle, heals the sleep onto the Slowbro, wakes it up, and it's going to be able to take out my Amoonguss. So it could have woken up on that turn anyway, because it already took a turn of sleep from the previous turn, but the Heal Bell ensures that it wakes up and ensures that I do not get a Giga Drain off to try and take it out. But now Trick Room is expired, so Thundurus will be able to outspeed everything on the field and come in and get a free Thunderbolt off on the Slowbro slot, because he has nothing to switch into a Thunderbolt at this point. So even at +2 special defense, that Slowbro's going down. That's a Life Orb Thunderbolt from a Thundurus. But at the same time, I make a play that I most regret from this match, and that was switching in the Mawile, because I was thinking, okay, I need to switch in Mawile to start putting some pressure on the Sylveon, because I have nothing to really touch the Sylveon. But the reason why that is a bad play in my opinion is because I waste my Intimidate that I could have used against the Salamence and the Talonflame in the back, as well as leave myself vulnerable to Intimidate from Salamence. So Salamence comes in, intimidates me once, and then switches out to conserve its Intimidate. I go for the, I'm finally going to Mega Evolve with the Mawile, and get off, just go for damage on both of his Pokemon. Thundurus is going to go for Hidden Power Ice onto the Salamence, but in the Salamence slot, it's not going to do a ton to the Talonflame, but it still was my play regardless of whether I predicted that or not. I'm pretty sure. But another Hyper Voice from Sylveon is going to be able to take down the Thundurus. And I go for Play Rough into the Sylveon slot, and I miss the Play Rough and don't get any damage off on the Sylveon, which, as you'll see, is going to be huge. Fortunately, I don't carry Iron Head on this Mawile, so Play Rough was the best thing that I had to hit the Sylveon. So right here, he has to target down the Mawile with his Talonflame because he needs to protect the Sylveon. So I'm going to protect my Mawile and keep it around, and he's not going to do any damage with the Talonflame, and the Scald is going to be able to take it out. So now we're down to 2 apiece. The Salamence is going to come in and get yet another Intimidate off of my Mawile, bringing it down to -2. And it's, once again, same situation. The Salamence is going to have to target down the Mawile in order to protect the Sylveon from taking big damage. So his Sylveon's going to go for Protect because the Salamence goes for Earthquake. I have to risk the double Protect with the Mawile, 30% chance, and I do get the double Protect. The Salamence is going to go for the Earthquake. It's only going to be hitting my Gastrodon, and it's going to bring me down, the Gastrodon down to about half HP, and I'm going to get the Ice Beam off on the Salamence, and that's going to go down. So now we're left with a 2-on-1 Gastrodon Mawile versus the Sylveon. So I just the Sylveon's at full HP, and it has the spread attack Hyper Voice. It's going to be able to hit both of my Pokemon, so it's going to be tricky to take this thing down, especially since my Mawile is at -2 and doesn't carry Iron Head. Play Rough is not going to be doing much damage at all. But I do score a crit with that Scald. No burn, unfortunately, and it's still going to be recovering its HP with leftovers. So now this turn, I go for Protect with Mawile because I'm thinking, okay, I need to make sure that this Hyper Voice coming from the Sylveon is still spread damage, because if the spread damage, the damage output is reduced slightly when it is spread damage, so that would help my Gastrodon in terms of its survivability. But I go for the Scald instead, so now I'm still going to be able to be taken out by Hyper Voice from the range that both of my Pokemon are at. So my play, instead of going for the Scald, was to go for the Recover, so that that Hyper Voice, this Hyper Voice that takes out my Mawile wouldn't have been doing as much damage to Gastrodon, and maybe with Scald and Recover, I can out-recover the Sylveon if it doesn't have its own recovery, and maybe Scald gets a burn and it's able to help chip down the Sylveon, and maybe Gastrodon can beat the Sylveon 101. But that doesn't happen. I make a bonehead play, and who knows whether or not, if I did go for Recover with the Gastrodon that turn, whether or not it would have been able to outlast the Sylveon in the long run anyway. But as I mentioned, plays I regret, definitely that play, as well as switching in the Mawile on the Sylveon when Thundurus was out against the and KO'd the Slowbro with the Thunderbolt. That was a poor play because I took extra damage on the Mawile, I wasted my Intimidate, and I left myself vulnerable to the Salamence to come in and get not 1 but 2 Intimidates off on my Mawile, so that the Sylveon was able to beat it 1-on-1, or 1-on-2 for that matter, in the end. So that was an extremely fun game. Just came up short. I guess that's kind of what you get when you're looking for a fun game and you're not sitting down with your hand on your head and really focused and whatnot. But I think I really enjoyed that game, and I'm hoping to give that this group of 6 another shot next week if I happen to have the format choice for next week. And for that game, I'll definitely make sure I have Iron Head on my Mawile, so I can KO that darn Sylveon in the end game. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and actually there won't be a post-com next week because I'm recording this on Monday the 14th, and tomorrow the 15th I will be going on vacation to Arizona, and I will I'll be returning the following Tuesday the 22nd. So there will still be a battle played, hopefully, but it won't be post-commed because I'll be on vacation, and I'm not going to be packing my microphone with me on vacation. So 2 weeks from now, expect another post-com. Maybe you'll see this team again, who knows. But that is going to be it this time, and we'll see you next time.